Feels like a Monday. Feels like we gotta get it started right. Set the tone, the pace for the week. And don't worry, I'm on my way. Oh yeah! On my way to Nerdventures Tower. It's a beautiful day. I hope you're doing well as well. And I hope you like it well done. Because we're about to do it well. It's a Monday. And we've got some juicy MCU rumors to talk about. Rosario Dawson, Patton Oswalt, Giancarlo Espisito. Have they all been receiving the red dot? Has the Kevin Feige snipers been out? What the heck's going on? Well, we're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it. And also, there's a little bit of tease of what to expect from Dave Filoni's Ahsoka show. And I just went from 6 to midnight. You think about it, not me. This is a family show. Everybody shut your mouth. I'm pulling into the tower. I'll see you in a second. Chet, I swear to God, you better just turn it off. I don't want no gambling. I don't want to hear nothing. Turn it off! Thank you. Thanks for that. Yeah, no, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Oh! What is up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Nerdventures Tower. I think it's gonna be a good one. I think it's gonna be juicy, man. We're going to get into some nice things that people are saying, a lot of hype and expectation for coming MCU projects. It's weird for me. Like, what's the deal? Are these people, like, does everybody know what's going to happen at D23 and they're just not telling us? Is it rumor mill city? Is it all just noise? I'm not really sure, but we're going to break it down. We're going to go over what was said. I'm excited about all of these different things. The energy that Giancarlo Espisito brings is palpable. It's awesome, and I think he'll do really, really well in whatever he decides to do. But when we actually go in and watch what he said, it's wild because it really seems like he wants Charles. He wants to be Charles. He wants to be Charles Xavier. So we'll get into that. We'll talk about that. Punisher, probably, possibly, maybe coming back. Rosario Dawson spilling the beans, and then maybe walking back on that because Feige called her up and was like, I will literally end you. And she's like, ha ha ha, no, good one, Kevin. He's like, no, I'm serious. That's what I think. So we'll talk about that. We'll get into that, speculate about things that are going on this week. We'll have some laughs. We'll make some jokes and all of that. But unfortunately, I have bad news. Okay, so let's kind of start off with talking about some bad news. And also, yeah, we're in this new room here in the tower. I don't know. What do you think of it? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Is it okay? Is it cool? We've got a little powered by Paradox Customs thing down there because, of course, this stream and all the streams over here are powered by Paradox Customs PC. Incredible rig that I am running on thanks to those guys. Many of you guys have already went out there and got yourself an incredible rig to do your nerdvenging with. Use the code NERDVENGERS at checkout. Get a little bit of money off the top. And they know that we sent you, which is good. It's a good thing. That's the way. So thanks for supporting. Many of you guys are already running on awesome new PCs. The Nerdvengers don't fuck around, that's for sure. Bad news. Okay, are you ready? Can we talk about the bad news? And also, it's hot as balls down here, so I need to turn on an AC down here. My bad. Okay, are you ready for the bad news? Okay. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, bad news. I will not be streaming tomorrow morning. Okay, I'm sorry. Let it out. Let all your pain and frustration and anger out. Let it out. I'm sorry. No stream tomorrow morning. Yes, I know. I actually have to go to court. That's not even it's not even a joke. It's not a meme. I actually have to go to court. And I told the lady when they were scheduling this court date, I work in the mornings. Please try not to schedule it in the morning. And she was like, yeah, I'll try. That bitch didn't try. I'm going to tell you this right now. That bitch didn't try. As soon as I got out of there, she was like, well, looks like I'm fucking over his morning. Boop. You know, that's what happened. 100%. Court date, it's all good. I'm actually getting a charge dismissed. That's all I'll say about it. Okay? Look, it was self-defense when I beat up those 13 people. Okay? And then when I tracked down their families and close associates, that was also self-defense. And the court will show that to be true. Okay? So don't worry about me. It'll be fine. But I will not be here. Okay? So no stream tomorrow morning. I apologize. It's all good. It'll be fine. Now, as for good news, Nerd Theory's on. I believe we're on this week. I'll double check with Theory. I talked to him a little bit over the weekend, but we didn't talk about this. I'm pretty sure his trip happens next week, and he's gone for 2 weeks. So we actually haven't talked to you guys about this, I don't think. But Theory's going to be gone for 2 weeks, so we're probably not going to have Nerd Theory for 2 weeks. Which will actually time, it lines up really nicely with when the baby's supposed to be born and stuff like that. So I might just take the 2 weeks off. But maybe we'll do like an evening stream on one of those Mondays. Oh my God, here comes all the complaining. Look, it is what it is, okay? My man's going to Sweden, okay? And it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. I know. It's going to be fine. So, we'll figure it out. Maybe we'll do like a Monday stream just here at Nerd Ventures Tower on one of those weeks or something. We'll figure it out, okay? But we'll have a Nerd Ventures stream today at 1 p.m. and we'll talk about the new branding in the background and the lighting and stuff. I could get some advice from you guys on that. Not Trev's advice, though. You know, Trev's like, it's too busy for me. Trev, shut your gosh dang mouth when you're talking to me, mister. But maybe we can make some adjustments, and some of you other people can help me out with that. Other than that, everything should be normal this week, I think. But we are getting pretty close to when the little baby pops out, okay? So we're kind of on his time. We're waiting for him to make his move, as it were. When he makes his move, for a couple of weeks, it's going to get weird. You know what I mean? I may miss a stream here or there. You know what I mean? There may be a couple of days without a video. But that's just kind of what we're going to have to deal with when he first arrives. So I do apologize in advance for that, but I think most of you guys understand it is what it is. And we should be back to normal real soon. Okay, so we should be back to normal soon. Did I get a hang of the saber yet? I'll be completely honest with you, man. I have not actually peeked it to get it unmuted, but I do have your info on the Insta, so I will check that out and get that working, okay? No worries. Okay, so where should we begin? Where should we begin? Do you want to talk about Giancarlo or do you want to talk about the Punisher? Which one do you guys want to do? What do you want to do? Hey, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Hey, what do you want to do? Hey, what do you want to do? Do you want to do it? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Mr. Freeze! I know, I think he misspoke there maybe. Guys, one at a time. Oh, HeroClix. Okay, we'll start with HeroClix. I did win the HeroClix tournament on Saturday, and I appreciate John White bringing this up. Oh, it was an incredible match. I'll tell you just a little bit about it, and then when everybody leaves in frustration because they're like, bitch, we didn't come here for your HeroClix shit, then we'll talk about the juicy stuff, okay? So check this out. I pulled Nimrod again. Nimrod, incredible. X-Men fans know. Hard as nails. Super dope. I pulled Nimrod, And then I actually got to use Cable and Magneto. The team I had was disgusting. And I pretty much ran through the whole tournament. Game 2 was, like, I guess a little bit challenging towards the end. But I was rolling hot. I was playing smart. First tournament win since I came back to the game. Let's fucking go. So, yeah, that HeroClix tournament was sick. Okay, I guess we can get into the stuff you guys really want to know about, okay? What the fuck? Okay, let me get all this sorted. Let's do a poll. Actually, I want to go to the Poll Town. I want to go to Poll Town USA on this. And we'll decide. Punisher. What first? Punisher. Giancarlo. Boom. Oh, do the member chat thing. Yeah, I actually did already do it, but I appreciate the heads up because I do forget pretty often. Both at the same time. Now that would be impressive if we were able to pull that off. Neither. Carl, that's not one of the options. Oh my god, this guy Carl over here. Damn, looks like Punisher's winning. Puncarlo? Sounds dirty saying that. So I like it. Talk about Prey? Oh, I'll talk about Prey. I'm actually thinking about doing a whole... I want to do a Movie Bros on Prey. Okay. I'll wait just a couple more minutes here, but I think we're going to do Punisher, bro. I think that's the move. We're going to do Punisher. And there should be actual... We can actually see what she said, right? Like, I believe that's probably on the Reddit, right? Right? Okay. But where's the clip? Is there a clip of her actually saying it? Okay, here we go. This is only 15 seconds, but that's fine. It probably gets it. Channing Tatum as Magneto. Not the worst. Not the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. Hey, Vince, you demand. You demand right back. Talk Lightyear on Disney Plus. Just kidding, LOL. Bro, every time I go out shopping, like yesterday, one of my buddies hit me up. He works at Walmart, and he was like, because I like Marvel Legends figures, right? And so sometimes they get stocked. They get stocked on Sundays. And in fact, look at this. Look at this mother trucker. Uh-oh. There's something weird. Don't worry about how magical, maybe kind of see-through he is. That's not important. Okay? He's the best at what he does. Okay? That's what's important. Yeah. That's my man's right there. Incredible figure. So we went out yesterday to get some Marvel Legends. And, bro, I'm in Walmart and I'm in Target later on. And, dude, the amount of shit that's out there for Lightyear, like Lightyear shaving cream, Lightyear friggin' back scrubbers, Lightyear this, Lightyear that, it's crazy. They really thought Lightyear was going to pop. And there's a lot of Lightyear shit out there that ain't doing nothing. It's like all those t-shirts for the team that loses the Super Bowl that they fly over Africa. That's what Lightyear's like. Damn. Can't believe it. Okay. Here we go. Let's begin. By the way, we're going to try a new thing here, so apologies if the whole stream goes down and fucks up. My bad. Okay. So, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the Punisher returning to the MCU. Rosario Dawson at C2E2. Great convention, by the way. I haven't been in some time, but incredible convention. Seems like there was a ton of fun stuff going down in C2E2. But Rosario Dawson says that the Punisher is returning. Okay, so let's check this out. Let's look at what she said here. And then there's updates to the story. It's actually pretty wild. And some people think maybe no. You know, maybe she's not accurate. Maybe she heard this from a fan in the bathroom. And that fan was taking a poop. And also lied. Okay? So let's see what she says. Let's check it out. Here we go.
I hadn't heard that announcement, but I found out yesterday that the Punisher was happening again. So I feel like it's my second chance because it was the only one of the shows that I wasn't in, and I love Jon Berthall. So let's all make it happen collectively, guys. I hadn't heard that announcement, but I found out yesterday that the Punisher was happening again. So I feel like it's my second chance because it was the only one of the shows that I wasn't in, and I love Jon Berthall. So let's all make it happen collectively, guys.
I mean, that's cool, right? And to be honest, like, I like Rosario in the role within the Netflix shows, but I guarantee you, Feige, like, called her up and was like, "Hi, Rosario, yeah, nice fun time that you had there at Comic-Con. Listen, shut your goddamn mouth. Shut your mouth when you're talking about the MCU stuff, and you're going to have to go out there and you're going to have to basically say that that didn't happen." And in fact, I think, and we look over on Matt's Twitter here, he's got the thing right here. Okay, check this out. This is wild. So, Rosario says here, I can't be trusted. Getting intel from fans during signings is iffy, apparently. My bad. I get excited. Confirmation is key when you're told what you want to hear. Okay, so first of all, I don't know who this freaking guy is, Big Stevie W, but we'll give him a little like. Look, man, Rosario is also the person that when asked about coming back, or rather becoming Ahsoka, what did she say? She said, like, that's not confirmed yet. But when it is, I'm going to be so excited, or something like that. Like, she legit said something like that was said then and there. So she strikes me as a person that is in the know about a lot of different things. Obviously, you know, super tight in the Disney family. And we're going to talk later on about the Ahsoka show thing that she said, because it's freaking awesome. But the question is now, what is the deal? Was she just like the Ahsoka thing before, leaking something out a little bit extra here? Or is it true that she just heard this from a fan and that she's, who knows for sure if it's confirmed, okay? So I'll put a poll in chat because I'm super interested in what you guys think, whether or not she's actually lying about this. But here's the thing. This is not the first time the last couple of weeks. Okay, so how should I phrase this? Is this tweet a lie to cover up the leak? That's what we'll say. So let me know in chat, okay? So, but this is the thing. This is not the first time within the past couple of weeks that we've even heard about the Punisher. And in fact, My Time to Shine, hello, one of my favorite leakers out there, and I think pretty accurate, said that the Punisher is returning to the MCU. Jon Berthall is absolutely coming back, and that it will happen in 2024. Okay? So I find it pretty curious that you get something leaking out from My Time to Shine, then you get Rosario Dawson to talk about this on stage at C2E2. A couple of different things that could be going on here. It's possible that a fan heard this from My Time to Shine and did reiterate it to Rosario Dawson. That is absolutely 100% possible. It is possible that My Time to Shine is wrong and that this is all just a big rumor and we should take it with a giant grain of salt. Another option. It is possible that the person that leaked it to My Time to Shine has also been leaking it out to other people. I mean, this comes on the heels of Patton Oswalt talking about Eternals 2, on Oscar Isaac talking about Moon Knight 2. A lot of things going on kind of seemingly behind the scenes here, and we know that Marvel has been very busy working on stuff behind the scenes, and they have a lot of different announcements coming at D23. And so, you know, you obviously make up your own mind about this, but I actually think it is totally and completely possible that it's real, that Jon is coming back, and that it will be done in 2024, okay? So let's kind of then get into what does this mean? Like, because there's all kinds of different things going on, right? A lot of people say, oh, well, this will never happen under Disney, or if the Punisher does come back under Disney, it's going to have to be very different, you know, because of political time, because of friggin' Disney and all that sort of stuff. And I understand that. But here's the thing. when asked about it himself, and I think it was, a year ago now, when Jon Berthall himself was making comments about this, right? He said he would come back. He loves Frank, but he's nervous that under Disney, it wouldn't be given the grit, the bloodiness, it wouldn't be dark enough, right? He committed, and he said then that he would only come back to be the Punisher if it was kept true to the core of the character, and it was gritty, and it was brutal, and it was dark, okay? And we're actually at an impasse right now with Marvel, where the day before San Diego Comic-Con, they release not one, not two, but 3 different R-rated Marvel movies onto Disney+, okay? We're also headed in a direction where there's going to be darker stuff going on with Marvel. I imagine the Blade movie will be a little bit of a darker tale. I mean, to some degree, Moon Knight is a darker tale, but it still kind of has that, like, you don't really see blood, like Disney kind of shine over it. I think just in sort of reading the tea leaves, and of course, I'm a super fanboy and I want Jon Berthall back real bad, but just my opinion here, I think it's real, and I think they figured it out, and I think he is coming back. Now, from there, the question becomes, is he going to do a solo project, or is he going to be attached to one of the other things that's coming out in 2024? And there's several things in 2024 that I think he could be attached to, okay? And I guess, let me know in chat what you would prefer here. And look, 78% of you guys think she's lying to cover up the leak. That's wild. So let's do another poll real quick. Punisher, and I'm going to put solo project or cameo in another project. What do you guys think? You let me know in the chat. Now, I think both are possible. I think Frank, and especially because of Jon's performance, I do think he deserves his own solo thing, okay? But I understand how it might be better for Marvel and for Disney to use him in another project, okay? So he could be in the Daredevil Reborn project, right? I mean, him and Daredevil have history, incredible stuff in season 2 of Daredevil on Netflix. That could work. That could be the juice. That could be so good, right? That could be the one. But you know what I also thought about that would be crazy? What if Punisher is in I think Thunderbolts is 2023, right? I could be wrong about that. Maybe Thunderbolts is 2024, but it could obviously be a part of the Thunderbolts, which would be sick. Help me out with that, chat. Is Thunderbolts 2024? Armor Wars would be sick. I see Dr. Cool talking about that. Ooh, that would be sick, dude. I think it would be great in Armor Wars, but I'm going to throw a curveball at you guys. What if he's in the next Captain America movie? Okay? What if he's in a Captain America movie called New World Order? Now, one of the things that's wild about Frank is that he has a lot of admiration for Captain America. In fact, there's like some incredible moments in comic books where Steve tells him to stand down as an order, and he listens. You know what I mean? And Frank is crazy, twisted all over the place. But the whole world is dealing with the absence of Steve Rogers. Sam is personally dealing with the absence of Steve Rogers. He's dealing with a lot of stuff, but this is an aspect of Sam's journey, is the loss of his friend and his mentor in a lot of ways, Steve Rogers. So the juice that could be created there with Sam Wilson trying to prevent this New World Order and perhaps even teaming up or trying to turn around and rehabilitate a Frank Castle. I don't know. It's just there's some intriguing stuff there. I think it could be good. So there's plenty of places that you could put old Frank in 2024 for the MCU. And it looks like 60% of you say cameo in the next project. And either way, I'm excited. And either way, serious news, serious rumors going around about Punisher. And it feels like it's just one more juicy Marvel thing that we're going to get. And that's awesome. Or maybe not. Maybe it's a crazy rumor. You guys kind of decide for yourselves. Let me know, okay? So, yeah, I'm excited, dude. I've said it, but I'll say it again. My personal feeling is, yeah, she was being honest the first time, and now she's lying. And some of that comes from just like the Patton Oswalt shit and just kind of like where we're at with all of this. It feels like there's a freaking memo or something going around Marvel Studios or going around with the different agents and blah, 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 blah about all the stuff that's going to be announced at D23. And it feels like it's going to be awesome. And it feels like Punisher could be one of those things, dude. So I'm excited. I'm hyped up, dude. Billy the Kid Lawrence! No! We don't need no Agents of Stink. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit. We don't need no Agents of Stink. Okay. Should we talk about Giancarlo? Should we get into it, huh? Because he made some really cool comments as well. Okay, so Giancarlo Espisito in the MCU. Big rumor, something we've been talking about for a while. Leading into San Diego Comic-Con, one of my favorite rumors, and we talked about it. We did a vibe check. We did a poll. You know, we did all this stuff. One of my favorite rumors was that Giancarlo Esposito was going to come out and they were going to announce that he's going to be Professor X, okay? Now, obviously, that didn't happen. However, I think it could actually still be happening or still be on track. There's a lot of questions here about, you know, the recent stories about the X-Men, about how maybe due to contracts via Fox of the producers and the actors that Marvel can't even. Like, what if Marvel can't even with the X-Men, you know, until 2025? That's kind of a bummer. Regardless, I think a lot of people are pretty hyped up on Giancarlo Esposito coming to the MCU in some such way. And I want to show you the video here of what he said at the Comic-Con. And, man, he brings an incredible amount of energy, and I think it's pretty dope. So, here, let me frame it like that. And boom. We'll check it out like this, okay? And he says some really cool stuff about Star Wars and Joseph Campbell and shit, too. So I'm a big fan of that.
That dream. So, I have not worked for Marvel yet. I've been in a room with them and talked to them. And to answer your question, I think what they do is on the lines of that mythological journey that Joe Campbell talked about, who happened to be a friend of George Lucas, that George Lucas put into his stories. They do.
Yeah, so Joseph Campbell once said that George Lucas was his greatest student. And I'm a big fan of Joseph Campbell, The Hero's Journey, The Hero of a Thousand Faces, The Power of Myth. Incredible books, very formative to me. So it's really cool to hear Giancarlo talking about that.
Do the same thing. It is our dream and intention to save the world, our environment, to save the world from greedy corporations, to uplift the world and have leadership that thinks about us for the people, by the people, which means that those future leaders are in this room right now.
Amen.
Right? And so we want to inspire each other. We want to lift each other up, because what happens when that happens is then we actually do have a vision and a dream for a new world. Then we can actually start to reverse all.
Now, here's the thing about this, right? Because you could just say, oh, man, he's just going off on some wild shit right here. And to a degree, that's true. He's just kind of, you know, really in the vibe. He's like talking about stories, the power, which was a big part of what Campbell was talking about as well. Story, create myth, create, you know, idea to strive for, pushes society forward. But I actually low-key think he's already Professor X. That this is him performing as Charles. Charles holds a lot of these same ideas and ideals as well. And it just feels so... There's something going on here, you know what I mean, with what he says. And we'll get to the end of it, too, because it's like pretty clear that he really wants to play Professor X. But let's keep going.
All the things that we have destroyed that will choke us if we don't change how we move through this universe. So, there's the talk of Magneto. There's the talk of Dr. Freeze.
And people are like, literally, people are like, Doctor who? What the fuck? But, you know, it's all good.
There has been talk of, who else are they talking about over there?
Dr.
Doom.
Victor Von Doom.
Doom.
Yeah.
And there is Professor X.
Don't do this to us. Pick one.
Pick one. I'm going to go for something that is a little bit different.
Ooh.
I'm going to go and put it out in the universe that it is Professor X.
So again, listen to what he says at the end there. Like, okay, a couple of different things going on here. First of all, I just think this stuff's so fun, right? But if you listen to what he's saying, he does this whole thing about like myth and story, and he does this whole thing about trying to inspire and this thing, right? Ideals to strive for, right? He says all of these different things, and then he ends by saying Professor X. Then he literally says, I'm going to put it out in the universe that it is Professor X. And I think one of the key points there was what he said right before it, where he said, I want to do something a little bit different. Now, most of the time when we see Giancarlo in the movies or the shows, he's a villain. Incredible. I mean, I think this kind of happened because of Gus, right? An incredible villain. Holy shit, Breaking Bad. Incredible, right? Crazy stuff, great performance, haunting. You know what I mean? Really, really good. Then you've got the Stan Edgar character for The Boys. Incredible. You've got Moff Gideon, right? He's literally the bad guy of one of the Fallout games, okay? So he's kind of, he's kind of been typecast and thrown in there, and he's really, really good at it. And I just feel like the energy kind of coming off of this dude that's permeating through is like, not only does he want to be Professor X, he really wants to be Professor X. And I think that in his career path and in his filmography, I think he's in love with the idea of turning his typecast on its head and in becoming Charles and in all that would entail for the MCU version of this character, okay? So that's the vibe that I am getting from Giancarlo Espisito. Now, the question is, there's a couple of different questions here. Number one, how do you guys feel about it? Now, we've already done sort of a vibe check on Giancarlo Espisito as Charles Xavier. Some people don't love it. Some people love it. For me, I think I could totally see him as Charles. Now, there's like, oh, but it's like a race bend thing, or you need Charles to be this elitist, coming from privileged white man. Like, I've heard this before. Because one of the ideas of Charles is like, he has to come from privilege and yet identify with the underprivileged or the underserved. And that's kind of a part of his arc. I don't necessarily see that as a problem. Like, I think you could figure that out with Giancarlo Esposito. There's also questions about Magneto. Would you then have a black Magneto? Would you have a white Magneto? What are you going to do with Magneto? Magneto's Jewish history is very important to the character. And so there's a lot of questions going on with all of this, right? To me, he passes the vibe check as Charles, and I think it would be brilliant. I also think it's important to understand that this is not the X-Men from the comics. This is not the X-Men from the 90s show. This isn't even the X-Men from many of the other universes that are out there in the Marvel Multiverse. This is the X-Men of the MCU 616. And 616 is just radically different than the comic books. Like, that's just the truth. It is all over the place. I mean, Miss Marvel is a mutant, right? So a lot of wild stuff here. And I think given the context of this being this new Marvel universe, I actually think he would kill it as Charles Xavier. And before I watched this video, I was like, oh man, he's probably going to be Doom. Because I was operating under this impression that Giancarlo, yes, maybe he wants to be Charles, but if these reports are true, that Fox is kind of holding Feige back, where Feige cannot do X-Men, he can't reboot at all or do any of these things until 2025, maybe Giancarlo's a little bit too old. Maybe that's just too far out. Like, the studio could want something different. He could want something different. And this is all really, really interesting, right? I don't know. But when I first processed this news before actually watching him speak, I was like, he'll probably be Dr. Doom. Because he can't be Charles anytime soon. If those reports are true, and I hope they're not, right? Because I want the X-Men now. But if they're true, he can't be Charles anytime soon. But to be honest, if he's got to film multiple more seasons of The Boys, if he has to finish out stuff with Mando season 2 or season 3, season 4, then maybe this is the perfect timing. Maybe they're planting the seeds now and trying to figure out who's going to be the Charles Xavier of 616, and they're operating understanding that it won't happen until 2025. So it's possible that he will be Charles, and it'll happen in 2025, and they've just kind of paced it out and explained it that way. So I don't know, man. That's kind of the news. It's all rumor for now, but I think it's awesome. And again, his energy is so infectious about this, and I think he would be great in all of those roles. But upon watching that video, though, really feels like he's going to be Charles Xavier to me, or at least it feels like that's what he really, really wants. So I don't know. Of course, let me know what you guys think, and I want to know, what do you make of this? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, what do you think about this? What are your thoughts? What do you think? The guy's 65 years old. What are you going to have them be playing when he's in his 80s? Well, I personally think, to that question and to that point, I personally think that the entire 616 is going to reboot in 2032. And that we're looking at the Multiverse saga, we're looking at the Timeless saga, we're looking at the Eternity saga. And I've done a big video about this, but I personally believe the entire 616 reboots in 10 years. Some people think the reboot's coming after Secret Wars. You're fucking high. You're high. That's not happening. But it might happen in 10 years' time after 2 more additional bananas crazy sagas after that. So I think that whoever plays this version of the Professor is only going to be for 10 years max. So, you know, how old was Patrick Stewart when he just came back to play Professor X again? And were you butthurt? Did it seem like he was too old? Like, were you like, bro, dude, Patrick Stewart coming out in the yellow chair, man, this bitch too old. Was that the complaint? I don't know about that, you know? So I understand that complaint. I don't feel the same, you know? What else? What else are you thinking about? What else are you thinking about? No, just don't race swap characters. I mean, dude, I'm so over that like, I frankly just don't know what to do for you. Now, in some instances, like for instance, we were talking about Doctor Doom, right? Doctor Doom, you could make an argument that Doctor Doom cannot be race swapped, but it's really more like nationality swapped. Because Doctor Doom being Eastern European, Doctor Doom, you know, kind of having that kind of a vibe or that kind of an accent, I could see an argument for, yeah, dude, definitely, maybe to the core of the character, it just wouldn't work if he was African, if he was Spanish, if he was even American. You know what I mean? Like, there's an argument there, but just like base level, like, don't race swap characters is like stupid to me. I'm not saying you can't feel that way. You can absolutely feel that way. I just think it's stupid. So what else? What else? Tall do know Magneto and Charles were based off Malcolm X and Martin Luther. That's actually not true, young CA. So let me explain. A lot of people get this is a common misconception. They were actually not created as allegories to those two characters. In fact, when they were first making the X-Men, dude, they were not thinking about civil rights. However, somewhere down the line of making these characters, they did realize that this was pretty allegorical to civil rights, and that, yes, it would actually be smart to mirror, in some ways, Martin Luther and early Malcolm X, right? But this idea of saying that they were based off of those characters is actually a misnomer. It's not true. Like, the spirit of what you're saying is true, but you're technically not correct, you know? So, you know, a little nitpicky, but no, that's not true. What else? What else are you thinking about? Don't Doom and Reed meet in university? Yes, they do. So Dr. Doom is brought over by the American government because he's so good at making LMDs. Like, he makes these life model decoys in Latveria and takes over and like basically fucks up the Baron, right? And so then the U.S. government's like, bro, you're pretty good at making weapons. Come over and make some weapons for us. And so they bring him over, and then he's also at this university, and that's kind of the guise, I believe. It's very, and this has sort of been adapted and retconned over time, but I believe, like, Doom actually didn't need to go to that university at all. He's just there to cover the track of him working with the U.S. government. But yes, it is at university where Doom and Reed Richards meet. Yes. What else is on your mind? What else are you thinking about, you little stinkers? The different universes confuse me. So what is the main MCU number that we have been following. It's 616. So the sacred timeline is designation 616. So, yeah. Exactly. Magneto being Jewish is integral to his story. Yes, it's very important to his story. But that's also, like, look, man, like, these are adaptations. Like, this is what I always get sort of bugged out by with comic book fans, because I understand, like, your feelings of it. But here's the thing, like, it's there in comics. It's not going away. Like, you can go read the comics. You can go experience X-Men 97. You can, like, watch all these things. Like, I've never understood this, like, thing where you want the movie version to be exactly like the comic book version. Then, like, what the fuck is the point? Like, where's the intrigue there? Like, no, I want an adaptation. I want familiarity, but I also want to be surprised. So while Magneto being Jewish is very important to what he does in the comics, I believe there are other ways to set in a character motivation that would put him on the path that Eric or Magnus, which is a whole nother thing, right? Like, even comics change this shit. Is his name Eric or is it Magnus? Tell me, chat. Because the answer is it depends on who's writing it, right? So, comics is comics, animation is animation, live action is live action, bro. It's all about if it works. Does it work? Does it feel true to the spirit of the character? You know what I mean? So, yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about mother flipping Ahsoka. Let's talk about the mother flipping Ahsoka news. And it's not too much, man, but it definitely put a little Peter tingle into me, if you know what I'm saying. I'm pretty excited. Where's the actual quote here, though? Because the headlines were all stupid, as they usually are. Where's the... Is it in the actual... I'm trying to find the actual article here and what she actually said. Shit. Got it. Shit. Okay, so let's do this. Let's get into the Ahsoka news. Now, look, here's my... And by the way, I don't know if you agree with me or not, but I will tell you that to me, the Ahsoka episode in Season 2 of The Mandalorian was just as good as the finale, and it is a phenomenal accomplishment for Star Wars. Dave had his own vibe, his own feel. It felt like Star Wars, but it felt like a new vibe, a new chapter for Star Wars. I absolutely loved it. I'm a big Dave Filoni fan, boy, and so I'm quite excited to see what he's going to be doing with the Ahsoka show. And here, Ahsoka herself, Rosario Dawson, speaks a little bit on this, right? So let's watch this together, shall we?
I'm going to say, so I will say this. I will probably get in trouble for saying this. But Dave saw one of the episodes already edited together. And he walked up, him and Carrie Beck, like both like glossy-eyed. And he said to me that it was a religious experience.
All right, we got to jack the audio up a little bit on this, so hang on. Let me see if I can get a filter on here and jack the audio up, because I don't know if y'all heard what she just said. So let's do that again.
I'm going to say, so I will say this. I will probably get in trouble for saying this. But Dave saw one of the episodes already edited together. And he walked up, him and Carrie Beck, like both like glossy-eyed. And he said to me that it was a religious experience.
Man, okay, so let's kind of get into that. Obviously, I got a Peter tingle now, but let's talk about this, okay? So, Star Wars, you know, man, I was literally, you know, we were out shopping, we went out and grabbed some lunch and whatever, and just having a day, and like literally, there was this big part of the day where we were just shitting on Star Wars, Elisa and myself, right? It's so sad what has happened to that brand. It's so sad that we were out going to multiple locations to grab Marvel figures, and every time any shop I see a Star Wars thing, I don't give a fuck. My relationship with Star Wars is completely broken. Okay? It's real bad. But in the middle of all of that, in the middle of all the bullshit, all of the $5,000 shots, 100,000 Grogu toys, $5,000 hotels bullshit, in the middle of all this indoors about Trumpian America bullshit, in the middle of all this shit, there's one shining light. There's one thing that's really, really like kind of guiding me through this darkness, and it's Dave Filoni. Okay? Rewatching Star Wars Rebels is such an enjoyable, incredible experience. Rewatching the Clone Wars, an incredible experience. Just the goodness, the juice. This man gets it. He's an artist. He studied at the feet of the master. Just he's literally one of the only people over there that gets it, that actually gets it. Okay? And again, watching what I saw in the Ahsoka episode of The Mandalorian, to me was incredible. It was incredible. I feel like Dave has finally arrived. Some of his episodes in season 1, pretty shaky actually. Not the best live action shit I've ever seen. But what he did in that Ahsoka episode was incredible. Okay? And to hear her say that Dave and Carrie Beck walked out of a screening of that episode put together and said it was a religious experience, it sets a tone and sets a vibe that I think what we will witness in the Ahsoka show is going to be unlike a lot of other goobly glob bullshit Star Wars stuff. It's going to actually strike tones and hit notes that will feel evocative of the original trilogy and what George was actually trying to do with myth, story, and pseudo-religious experience. And I hope, like this is my hope, that whatever's going on with this show, that show, or whatever, that when Ahsoka hits, the fans love it, that the critics adore it, and that we get a path forward for Dave where his style, his way of making Star Wars becomes Star Wars. That Star Wars decides to lean in to that vibe, that his creative, directorial, whatever position he has now can extend beyond, hey, maybe don't make this character do that, and becomes emulate what I did, right? In the same way that the MCU formula and sort of, phase 1 Feige stuff becomes a blueprint for what they do later. Star Wars needs a blueprint creatively, in my opinion, and I think this could be the juice. And so with 3 words, Rosario Dawson has affirmed a lot of what I believe about Dave, a lot of what I believe about Ahsoka, and got me so damn excited, man. I cannot wait for this series coming next year, and it's a gift. It's a blessing that this show is coming out next year, and I am incredibly hyped up for it. So that's kind of my thoughts on what she's saying here. And, of course, I mean, I'm a fucking fanboy. I don't know what you want me to say. So that is what it is. Maybe you don't feel the same way, but that's where I'm at with it, man. That's where I'm at with it. So I'm really curious as to what you think about her comments there. You think I'm getting way too hyped up and just nerdy about it? Should I pull back the expectations, or do we go? And do we go? And do we go hard? You let me know. Dave is the chosen one. He is the chosen one! Yeah, I agree. I think he is the chosen one. Okay, should we get into the soupy soupas? Should we soup it up? Should we soupity soup? Ah! I'm sorry. Sometimes, do you guys ever just get that way where you have so much energy, so much pent up, just fucking, and then you just gotta. I recommend it. I think a couple of times during the day, every person should just scream like a goddamn maniac. I think it's good for the soul. I think it's good. Okay. By the way, just because I know we have a lot more people in here right now than at the intro, I do want to say there's no stream tomorrow. I'm going to be in court. shouldn't have beat up those 13 people, but it's all good. We'll figure it out. So I'm in court tomorrow. No stream in the morning. No stream Wednesday morning, except for the Nerd Avengers, but we'll be back at it Thursday. Okay, so we'll be back at it Thursday. All right, let's get into these super chats here. Tyson H, first in today with a very generous 10 spot, says, I hope new Punisher season is in the works. It's not my favorite Marvel show, but one of my favorite shows, period. Damn, Jon Berthall is one of the most underrated actors out there, in my opinion. Jon Berthall is incredible, but I really feel like he struck gold with that Frank Castle, bro. I feel like he struck gold with that Frank Castle. So, yeah, I agree. I think it would be phenomenal to have him back. And, you know, honestly, too, the edge, that hard edge, it's something Marvel needs, I think. Because right now it's, you know, we've got a lot of goofiness, we got a lot of silliness, you know, we got Love and Thunder, you got all that kind of stuff, and that's fine. I'm down, but I think you need a hard edge, too. So, hell yeah, bro. I'm excited. Ross says, have a fun, nerdy weekend. Watched Prey Friday night. Then Saturday morning, Den of Nerds cartoon stream was dope. Then I went to Okanda themed event Saturday night. Yeah. Oh, I saw your picture from the event on Saturday. That seems sick, dude. I'm glad you had fun with that. Saturday morning cartoon was great. Shout out to all the Nerd Avengers that were there when we were watching Saturday morning cartoons. We watched a bunch of episodes of Earth's Mightiest Heroes that had to do with Kang. And I don't know about you guys, but there were a lot of wheels turning for Kang's Dynasty after watching those cartoons. So hell yeah, bro. Thanks for the love. And Prey's dope. Prey is so good, bro. Prey was great. And the Sandman, the Sandman's incredible. I feel like Netflix doesn't give a fuck about Sandman, and it's literally one of the best comic book adaptations I've ever seen. Like, do me a favor. Put a 1 into the chat if you watch Sandman. How many of y'all watch Sandman, bro? Because it wasn't enough of you. That's the truth. Okay, let's keep going here. John says, remember for 13 months, Giancarlo would crush as Professor X. He steals every scene he's in across all of his shows, and the MCU should snag him. Who can be his Magneto and match his caliber? Okay, so a couple of different options here. I mean, obviously, like, look, some of you guys are super trick. I will say this. I think that I can understand the thing with Magneto a little bit more than Professor X, right? I actually would love Denzel Washington as Magneto. I know it's hard to. By the way, there were black Jews, right? So he could have been a black Jew, or maybe his mom was Jewish or something. I don't know, but I just think Denzel is just hard as nails and could absolutely bring that energy. Somebody said, oh man, somebody had a pick for Magneto recently that I thought was so damn good, but now I'm blanking on it, bro. Maybe I liked it. Maybe it's in my likes on Twitter. Let me look. Let me check. Hang on. Give me 1 second here. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, what do you guys think about this? Jason Isaacs as the Magneto to Giancarlo Esposito's Professor X. What do you think of that? Jason Isaacs. Bro. Once I, like, kind of thought about that, I can't stop thinking about it. Like, he has the fierceness. He has, like, the insanity. He's got the eyes for it, bro. Like, dude. Who is Jason Isaacs? Are you fucking kidding me, Steven? Just look it up, bro. You're literally on a computer, bro. Come on now, bro. Hey, bro, come on, bro. Yeah, dude. If it's Giancarlo and Jason Isaacs, I mean, god damn. That is... I'm getting chills, literally thinking about it. That's sick. Okay, let's keep going here. Aw, shit. Mandalore says those 13 grannies put up a good fight from what I heard. Unrelated. No, today's the day, man. 7.5 hours to go. Yo, my man Mandalore here is so excited to unveil a new bald version of me that he's going to put into his profile picture on Nerd Theory later. I'm going to tell Theory to ban your ass before... No, I'm just kidding. I won't do that. Much love, brother. Thanks for the support. Hayden says, with a 5 spot, my dad got me into Marvel when I was 7. Seeing Iron Man in theaters. Been hooked ever since. We both love watching your vids and speculating. Love you. Hey, much love right back to you, brother. You and Pops, man. That's cool. I hope to experience that with my son someday. For sure, man. Thanks for the love. Matthew says with a 10 spot, how would you explain deconstruction in movies to someone that has not studied film? Well, deconstruction happens in all sorts of places. It's in film, it's in comic books, it's in novels and all that. Deconstruction, very simply, is taking something apart and looking at its individual pieces and sort of trying to properly judge what it is. And most of the time, a deconstructionist is trying to tell you some kind of truth or unveil something about whether it's the system, the event, or the person that you didn't know before, right? So, like, if somebody wanted to deconstruct the... okay, so essentially like this. If you wanted to deconstruct, let's say, the Bill of Rights or the Declaration of Independence, a deconstruction of that might actually say, well, you know, the Articles of Confederacy were actually a little bit more, you know, moderate. The Bill of Rights is technically pretty right-wing compared to the Articles of Confederacy. That's deconstructionism. It's like giving you a new outlook at something that's already been established. Or perhaps like a deconstruction of Batman might look like, dude, this dude's not really a hero. You see what I mean? Like any kind of conclusion kind of like that. And by the way, I think deconstruction is fine, and some of my favorite stories are deconstruction. But at the same time, I think that society in and of itself is leaning in this weird way where they're just deconstructing everything for the sake of deconstructing it, and we're not putting the pieces back together. Like what Giancarlo is talking about when he's talking about Joseph Campbell, when he's talking about myth, when he's talking about that, that's not deconstruction. Does that make sense? Okay, Frosty says, member for 12 months, started my first gig out of college. I can finally act like I'm working while catching a morning stream. Keep up those money moves, Nerd Vengers. Hey, appreciate you, Frosty. Congratulations, man. That's pretty cool. And sounds like life is good over there. Very happy for you. Wavy Dave Topic, member for 16 months, says, this weekend my fiance and I had a gender reveal and we found out we will be having a boy like you. Him and I will be watching your awesome videos soon. That is terrific. Congratulations, man. Wavy Dave, that is dope, bro. You know, praying that all goes well on the homestead for you, man. That is awesome. Morpho Knots with a $5 holla says, speaking of action figures, your package has been delivered. According to tracking, ye shall not be disappointed. Yes, they can work in a game. Dude, that's awesome. I'm legitimately looking forward to, like, you saying that, bro. I'm literally going to run out to the P.O. Box today and grab that. Because, like, I love that shit, man. Oh, by the way, I need to show something off, man. I need to show something off here. Give me 1 second. Is Cole Maynard in the chat? Cole Maynard, are you in the chat? Bro? Look at that shit, bro. That shit looks fire. Shit looks fire, huh? Shout out to the Nerd Vendors. You guys are the best, man. Matthew Larson with a very generous $20 holla says, Moira Theory guy here. Okay, I'll try to remember, brother. Just realized Kang says, resurrection baby in Loki. What if he's like Moira, but every variant is a resurrection that branches a timeline? Also, could the MCU next Cosmos after the current event comics one? Could MCU be the next Cosmos after the current comics one? This is incredible amount of brain power that you have in this chat. I also have considered the possibility that Comics 616 and MCU 616 are different incarnations of the same universe and perhaps separated by some level of time. I've thought about that, and I think that's really cool. That's actually way too heady for most people. Most people probably don't even know what the fuck we're talking about, Matthew. But I understand where you're at. I don't think that's going to be what they do with Kang. I don't. But I like where your head is at. And I will say I have gone back recently to revisit that last episode of Loki quite a bit. I'm working on a couple vids and things. And bro, he lays the whole thing out there. Pretty much the whole thing is laid out there. So it's wild, right? Billy the Kid Lawrence says, all we need to announce is the next more Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. No. No, Billy. But I appreciate the love. Let's see here. Rahul. Or S18M133. What do you want me to say? How do I say your name? Kinda Culty made a poll in his community about what peeps are most excited for, and the Supernatural was the highest, and Multiverse was the least. Yeah, I actually saw him talk about that on Twitter. I thought that was kind of interesting, huh? What do you guys think? I mean, it's totally possible that that's real and that's an accurate kind of thing, you know, I mean, with what's going on. But at the same time, like, the multiverse allowed No Way Home to happen. And, like, I don't think anybody will tell you that No Way Home, it wasn't, like, dope. Well, there's probably a few people, actually. But, like, what I mean is, like, what the multiverse allows you to do is very significant and very fun. And so at like a base level, you might say, like, multiverse, whatever. And the Supernatural is really interesting, right? And people just love the Supernatural. But I don't know if that means that Marvel won't be successful doing multiversal stuff. Do you know what I mean? And they can do both. Diamond Joe, member for 12 months, says, happy Monday. Cheers to a great, successful week for us all. Much love, brother. The Pizza Lion says, yo. Hey, yo, bro. Yo. Mike Stan Shill Porter says, MCU for the win. I'm basking in the glory of the MCU. MCU rules. Kevin Feige is giving us all the toys. Thanks for all that you do. Mike, I genuinely hope that you are doing well, sir. I hope the family's good. I hope everything's good with your health. Much love. Smackaboo, interesting name, says, Josh, what is the most off-the-wall rumor you've heard for D23? That the Fantastic Four cast and director will come out on stage. That's what I heard. Wouldn't that be interesting? Lord Vito with a $5 holla says, so the only way I believe he would play Professor X is if he was in talks to be Victor Freeze for DC in the past. Otherwise, that's a Doom speech. You know what's so funny, bro? I actually thought the same thing about the Doom speech. I didn't say it at the time, but I was like, this is either the best Charles Xavier speech or an even better Doctor Doom speech, bro. Let's fucking go, Veen. Let's fucking go, bro. He could do it. That would be so cool. Sir Chi87 says, what's wrong with all white X-Men and Fantastic Four? Who said there's anything wrong with that? I don't think there's anything wrong either way. Like, here's the thing. I know, like, y'all are, a lot of you guys are engaged with a game that I just personally refuse to play. And I know that gets lost in translation maybe, but, like, I'm not going to be the guy that fucking complains if they're all white. I'm not going to be that guy. But I'm also not going to be that guy that says it's a problem if they race swap some of them. Like, I'm just not going to be that guy. Either way, bro. Either way, I'm not that guy. I'm going to take it on a case-by-case basis. I'm going to make up my own fucking mind about what I like and what I don't. And then I'm going to spit facts. And you can feel the way you feel, and that's fine too, bro. That's fine too. And as long as you're not disrespectful, like, you can chill. God damn. Darth Crypto says, with a membership for 7 months, Josh, according to your sources / rumors, which Star Wars characters will cameo in Ahsoka? Blinker time. I don't know that Ahsoka's going to be very cameo heavy. I mean, it kind of depends, I guess, on what you think of. Could Barriss Offee be in there? Yeah. Is that a cameo? I don't know. You know what I mean? So I don't really know that that's going to be the cameo show. But you know what is going to be the cameo show? She-Hulk. And I can't wait for that shit, bro. That shit's going to be fire. Sozin says, with a $10 holla, says, I don't mind race swaps. It could be fun if it serves the story. Sam L. Jackson is my Nick Fury, but I remember playing old Marvel games that had a white Fury. They should bring both in for Secret Wars. 100% agree. Why not both? And why does one version mean the other versions don't exist? You know what I mean? I feel you, bro. I feel you. Matei says, Jason Isaacs is incredible. I've been rooting for him as either Magneto or Doom for years. Thanks for beating up those 13 grandmas. They stole my cat. Well, why do you think that they got the hands? You know what I mean? I called him up on a landline, and I told him I have a particular set of grandma ass-whooping skills. Skills that make me a nightmare for old geriatric hoes like yourself. That's right, I said it. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. Yeah, you're welcome, man. Vegetable Tube says, nobody talking about Paper Girls on Amazon Prime. That's true. Patrick O'Neill says, Clifford Smith, a.k.a. Method Man, as Magneto. Damn! That's kind of an interesting pick, not gonna lie. That would be kind of interesting. Darty says, when can we expect your first Fall Guys stream? I thought about maybe doing some gaming tomorrow. I don't think it'll be Fall Guys, though. I don't think it's gonna be Fall Guys, bro. But, yeah, we'll see. Carl says, just wanted to show some love. Cautious optimism is the vibe. Love this community. Nerd Adventures for life. Hey, thanks, Carl. Hey, I appreciate you, Carl. Appreciate you. Fortnite gaming streams? No, dude, Fall Guys is fun. I like Fall Guys. It's fun. But I don't know, like, it's one of those games for me that's like I would rather play Multiverses. Like, it's fun, but after like 2 or 3 of them, like, I can't really find. I know a lot of people that really enjoy the game, but like, to me, it's like kind of a lot of the same shit, you know. But it's also one of those games where when I'm in the vibe, when I'm actually playing it, I'm like, yeah, this is really fun. But Padlock 311, welcome to the Nerd Ventures. You are a Nerd Venture now. Jimmy says, take my money after that grandma bit. Nice, bro. Appreciate you. Vito says, bro, Denzel as Blue Marvel. That would be great, yeah. Tell me that wouldn't be perfect. You got to read the Blue Marvel story if you haven't checked it out. I've watched Rob's videos on Blue Marvel. I've actually never read Blue Marvel in anything other than in the Ultimates 2 and then the whole Eternity Wars story. But he doesn't necessarily play a big role in there. He's just a big gun. It's not really all that interesting. But yeah, maybe we'll check it out. Yeah. Denzel would be great as Blue Marvel, though. 100%. Steve Storenka says, FYI, I'm a fan of this background. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, we kind of doing like a branding overhaul with a lot of this stuff, and I'm excited, dude. I think it's going to look real good. I think it's going to look fire. So, did a little work over the weekend, and I am excited to make some content today. Mm-hmm. Yo, let me ask y'all. By the way, if you missed any of the takes today, I am going to be dropping everything on the Clips channel later today. Let me ask you guys a couple of questions here. Just want to know what kind. Do you think these would be good videos? Would you watch these videos? Okay. Number one. Does Kang fear the mutants? And this would be a theory video about how it's possible in the sacred timeline that Kang specifically pushed back mutations and kept a lot of mutants from being on Earth because it could have messed them up. Like, one, for sure, is Destiny. You know what I mean? Destiny could have screwed up everything that Kang was doing with, like, the TVA and stuff like that. Would that be a cool video? Okay. Here's another one for you. Everything we know about Zaslav's new DCEU. Okay? Because there's been a lot of shit going on over the weekend, like Eric Davis and Humberto Gonzalez had a discussion on Twitter about this. Big rumors that Gal Gadot is going to be in Shazam and maybe some other movies. And like, so it's really kind of weird. Like, I guess I would just be talking about the most recent updates and whether or not he's going to reboot or whether or not he's going to just kind of keep going with these people. You know what I mean? I don't know. Is this just the Eagle song slowed down? I don't think so. Maybe? Yeah. 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 Well, that's the other thing, right? So, like, apparently the Constantine movie is still good. People are saying that the Green Lantern movie is not, or the Green Lantern show is not scrapped. So I'm like, what the hell's going on there? They really just thought Batgirl was that shitty? Like, there's no grand plan here? We're gonna be like Marvel, but with the characters from the other shit and just kind of keep it going. Don't listen. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, it's weird. Okay, so unfortunately, guys, again, no stream tomorrow morning. Maybe we'll make it up to you guys or something. Like, we'll figure it out. And should be a Nerd Theory tonight. I'll probably, if I don't have a video out today, I'll have a video out tomorrow. And so there's a lot of fun stuff going on. I'll obviously be keeping an eye out for crazy news that happens. Make sure you go check out the Clips channel. And, we're going to get on out of here. Okay? So there's no Nerd Venture stream tomorrow. There's one today at 1 p.m. So I'll see you guys at 1 p.m. for that. Okay? Much love to you all tonight. No, that member did not claim the gift card, but they have until Friday. They have until Friday. And I think I screenshotted the name. Just Lobo. Hey, Just Lobo, if you're watching this either live or on the replay, you got to hit me up. I've got a $200 GameStop gift card with your name on it. And if you don't claim it, I'm just going to give it to Lord Vito. All right, everybody. Much love. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? Yo, is he really in the chat? Is the homie here? Where's he at? We found Just Lobo? Yo, Just Lobo, you gotta hit me up, bro. Hit me up on Discord. Hit me up. I'll never leave. Dude, that's sick. Yo, hit me up, man. Hit me up on Discord or hit me up on Twitter. I just gotta verify that you are who you say you are. And then I'll get you that gift card, my man. Yeah, he has a purple badge. Yeah, that he has a purple badge, I believe. Yeah, I think he's a purple badge boy. Yeah. Hey, Just Lobo, nice. Okay, cool. You hit me up. Okay, all you gotta do is show me your. Okay, I'll take care of this in a second. Okay, anyway, much love. Appreciate you guys. Look, man, it's a good day. Good start to the week. Good day. Good start to the week. Sorry about no stream tomorrow. I'll see y'all on Nerd Theory. I'll see you in a video. I'll see you on this. I'll see you then. I'll see you later. I'll see you. Remember, open up that watch party for group. Maybe we'll talk about that on the Nerd Avenger stream. Remember, guys, open up your top third eye and wash out your bottom brown eye. What the fuck?